There's the east-facing pyramid of the magician that you can't climb up anymore. It has another stairway up the west side on the other side. So this is Uxmal. And this reached its heyday, oh, I guess between 800 and 900 AD, late classical. Pyramid of the magician. The inside of a building here, Mayan arch there. See all the swallows. Here's the west-facing part of the pyramid of the magician. Of course, it's not covered in sun. So. Yeah, too bad. We can't climb anymore. It's the gateway into the quadrilateral of the nunnery there.
So majestic, huh?
Yeah. Pyramid of the magician. Quadrilateral of the nunnery, which wasn't a nunnery, it's just what the Spanish called it. And then the west-facing one that's the most intricate. Two intertwining snakes go through the entire frieze.
O sea que es muy sencillo, así lo estoy haciendo. Y tú le dices las ventanas y todo. Pero ni modo, está bueno.
West-facing building in the quadrilateral of the nunnery. Used to be able to go in the rooms, see the swallows and all that. I guess you can up there. I think that's up there is where they let you sit for the sound and light show. See, there's the head of the snake with the man inside there, and then the tail is just above him. So he's just intertwined all the way down the building here.
So most of these are...
See all the swallows living in here.
Amazing, huh?
Yeah. There's the house of the tortoises in the middle up top. Palace of the Governors, and on the right-hand side up top is the Great Pyramid, about as old as this is, but not as excavated much.
I don't think I can get up here, Jack. Oh, oh, there you are. Here are the chairs.
Yeah. This is what it used to look like with the plants on top. This is the back side of the quadrilateral, the nunnery, so they haven't really excavated much of this.
Stairs here that you can go down.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is all like rattlesnake crisscrosses.
This is the snake, and that's the head
Yeah.
of the snake over here.
Right.
I like to think that the red.
Original paint, as Michelle said, in between. You can still see the paint, stucco paint there. Mayan arch there. You know, the Mayans didn't have the rounded Roman arch, but that's your classic Mayan arch. Here's the ball court. See the hoop there? This is one of the newer excavations. I think they've done this in the last 20 years or so. I wasn't here in '74 when I was here. So we'll be headed up to the Acropolis up there with those three buildings. This entire hill is man-made Acropolis.
All of you?
Yes, entire.
Man-made.
Yes,
So this is not.
right. All this whole thing is man-made, sitting on compounded rocks. There's probably the finest building ever built in the Americas before Columbus. The Palace of the Governors. 20,000 separately squared carved stones in the upper frieze there. Above the doorways, goes all the way around the building. If one block was more than a quarter of an inch off, the whole thing would not work. So there was a lot of precision. They even used in their stairway going up, they actually made it go up a little bit in the center to compensate for the natural human eye that sees a straight line is slightly dipping down, so it compensated for that. Same thing as what the ancient Greeks did when they built things like the Parthenon. So the Mayans were really expert builders, the greatest probably in the Americas prior to Columbus. Okay, this is a two-headed jaguar sacrificial stone. And this, needless to say, this is the east-facing side of the Palace of the Governors. Right in the center is that headdress. It kind of represents the rising sun there. And then you see all sorts of mass of chalk that intertwine over the entire frieze all the way around. See the two Mayan arches on either side. Pretty impressive. Right above the central doorway there. See, plants are starting to grow back in the frieze. Pyramid of the Magician in the background. These are actually pretty good sized rooms here. Probably the administrative capital of Uxmal. A lot of swallows, probably bats in here at night. So dark, I'm surprised that the camera can even see in here. From the Palace of the Governors. Muy magnifico. Yeah, they put a false wall on this later on, so I don't think they really exactly know why. There's the Great Pyramid that's still mostly covered in rubble. It looks just like a hill with a bunch of trees on it. You know what we should do? Let's walk around the other side. See some of the original stucco, but it's just covered in algae and other stuff here. I'm not sure what that is. Looks like bat guano or something there. This is the it's not plugged in. Here you can see the pyramid of the magician, the quadrilateral of the nunnery, the ball court, the house of the tortoises, and the palace of the governors. Okay, this is the Uxmal dog here.
It's still alive, right? It's not a dead dog.
Goodbye, House of Governors.
No.
Right
was
there,
looking
at the
at the
bottom.
other
I thought you were pointing at it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I see it moving. I see it moving. The other one was bigger, though.
Right.
In just a matter of time. Oh, it's eating. Oh, it's eating. Biggest one.
I think that's a black iguana.
You want me to make it move? Throw a little rock?
No.
Yeah?
No.
We need to get it moving. Not gonna
It's like the
last.
Acropolis in Athens, you know, they've been thinking of putting a thing over the top of it so it doesn't get destroyed by the elements. This is just one side of the Great Pyramid that's been excavated. The other is just still covered under rocks and trees. We'll walk up there. Well, this might be the last pyramid we climb on this trip, so. Oh!
I'm good.
Sorry, I was shaking there. I thought she was going to fall.
No, I'll survive.
You see my hand shaking when you did that.
Okay.
You should have left your purse.
Up.
Yeah.
Okay. Woo.
This is part of the top of a temple called the roof comb, or they call it the dovecote. And that's what's left here in the middle of the jungle. They haven't excavated underneath that. Looks like you can still see a little of the original paint. This is in the temple on top of the Grand Pyramid. I'm sure that some Mayan expert can read these hieroglyphics here. It's fine. You're given permission to proceed.
Thank you. I need you to tell me. That way I'll know.
These stones are what's left on the back of the frieze of the House of the Governors. So at a later stage they'll probably use a computer and piece these things back together on the frieze. So they just set them here temporarily. So now we're moving over to there. House of the Tortoises. I'm sure you can see why this is called the House of the Turtles here. There's the ball court with the quadrilateral of the nunnery behind it. And of course, again, the Pyramid of the Magician over here, the west facing one here. And we're looking from the House of the Turtles. One last shot of the Grand Pyramid here. There's the House of the Doves and the dove cote, or the roof comb there. We'll get a better shot of it. There's Michelle at the bottom of the House of the Doves. This is the archway through the House of the Doves. There's a wasp nest right there. Does it go anyplace?
Just a little trail, but I wouldn't go any farther because it's...
See the tail of this iguana sticking out there. Another tail of an iguana there. There's an Ornpindala nest. I thought I heard a lot of those around. Looks like this is later with maybe a little Toltec influence. See the skull there? Probably had skull racks like they do in Chichen Itza, where they cut off the heads of their enemies and put them on spikes, put them on this platform. Wonderful, wonderful exercise. So it's not truly Mayan here, it's late Mayan and part central Mexico Toltec who emigrated here from central Mexico. Not as high quality. Wow, look at them all, Michelle. They're all over the place.
What, you're talking about?
There's 5 iguanas right here. The House of the Iguanas. They're just sunning themselves.
Ich habe normal auch mal so. Sollte man schon, aber mich dicht dann.